Dental hygiene is better than dentistry. Are you drawn to dentistry, fascinated by changing lives daily, and maybe you even thrive on patient interaction? Do you enjoy the opportunity to work with your hands and make a tangible impact while helping others? Maybe you've considered dentistry for its promise of a good work-life balance, but those insanely high student loans leave you a little bit uncertain. The crushing weight of student debt and intense competition in the field of dentistry can make it a little less alluring. But then there's a hidden gem of this profession that's simply not talked about enough. I believe it's the sweet spot and golden ticket to a nice lifestyle that's promised in dentistry without the ridiculous amounts of loans, schooling, and competition that you may face while trying to become a doctor. Yes, my friends, today I'm talking about dental hygiene. And if you're already practicing in the field of dental hygiene, just prepare to be reminded of your worth and significance to society. Let's shed light on the vital role you play and why your profession deserves significant recognition. Now, I think it's often overlooked and deemed not as sexy as going into dentistry, but the dental landscape has changed forever in the past couple years. So I highly encourage you to stay to the end of the video where I'm able to offer some tips to really solidify your decision on if dental hygiene's right for you and why general dentistry may be a little more hyped up than it may seem. Let's face the reality. The path to becoming a dentist has become increasingly more challenging, while dental hygiene has only improved over time. Make no mistake about it, if you are a dental hygienist, you are going to make a good salary. No, you're not going to become. The average dental hygienist makes roughly around $70,000 to $90,000, which is much more than the average American earns. And there are literal studies that show that average happiness peaks at around like $75K a year. So you're right around that range. And in recent years, hygienist salaries have absolutely skyrocketed. And I've witnessed it firsthand with the hygienists in my own office. COVID-19 brought about huge change in the dental landscape. I was in New York at the time. I was seeing people wear like hazmat suits because the risk of infection was really high. Probably the highest ever in any profession. Understandably, individuals grew apprehensive, leading to a lot of dental hygienists opting out of work. And what happens when you have a really low supply of workers? The demand goes up. And when the demand goes up, average salary goes up too. And this, my friends, happened with dental hygiene. Naturally, as demand increased, so did the average hourly wage for hygienists. Now, this is fantastic news if you're considering the profession because it's just a byproduct of what happened during COVID. And what's nice about this turn of events is that the average salaries have never really gone down since. Now, if you're a dentist on the Facebook groups and forums, you're starting to see many dentists complain about hygiene becoming too expensive. Many are simply finding themselves priced out of the market, grappling with the financial strain imposed by escalating overheads and inflationary pressures. But if you're trying to get into dental hygiene, this is a golden situation for you. Now, my second point is that the journey to becoming a hygienist offers a simpler and more predictable path to a comfortable income and work-life balance. I can attest to this from personal experience, as I have faced significant amounts of challenges trying to get into dental school. At the time, I never even considered hygiene. Reflecting on it now, it took me an additional 2 years to gain admission into dental school. I had to pursue a master's degree, which cost me more money, required me to take a gap year due to the super high competitive nature of the dental school process. However, this isn't to downplay the competitiveness of dental hygiene as a field. While salaries are increasing, the overall statistics and averages remain slightly lower than that of general dentistry, making it comparatively easier to enter. And also, the fact that the educational requirements are less demanding and this shorter duration of education allows for an earlier start in family planning, which is a goal for many of us. In summary, the path to becoming a hygienist is pretty straightforward. First, complete high school, focusing on science subjects. 2, enroll in an accredited dental hygienist program for an associate degree, which typically takes between 2 to 4 years. Number 3, consider pursuing a bachelor's degree for additional opportunities, but this isn't mandatory all the time. And step 4 is to successfully pass your national and state licensing exam to become a registered dental hygienist. Overall, there's less steps along the way compared to general dentistry, so it's definitely an option to consider. Next, I want to talk about the elephant in the room, which is the huge disparity in tuition between dental hygiene and dental school. On average, aspiring dentists emerge from their education burdened with staggering debts, often ranging from $400,000 to $550,000. And these really high figures cast a long shadow over their early professional years, because a lot of their income early on must be allocated to servicing these debts. Consequently, despite the lucrative earning potential associated with dentistry, the actual take-home salary dwindles to a modest $70,000 to $100,000 after factoring in this hefty debt obligation. And in contrast, the financial landscape for dental hygienists appears far more favorable, because the average tuition fees for dental hygiene programs pale in comparison. The average is around $22,000 for an associate's degree to $36,000 for a bachelor's degree. But with salaries for dental hygienists typically ranging from $70,000 to $90,000, the burden of student loans becomes much more considerably manageable. Although dental hygienists may still be required to make monthly payments towards their student loans, the relative affordability of their education significantly mitigates the financial strain. Moreover, while their average salary may fall slightly below that of a dentist, dental hygienists are spared the overwhelming debt burden that plagues so many recent dental graduates. And it's true, the severity of student debt crisis within the field of dentistry is so insane that the best thing to do, in my opinion, is just to pretend like it doesn't exist and pay the least amount possible until you get your shit together. And many people ask me if dentistry is the right choice for them, especially with the high tuition costs. I always recommend dental hygiene to at least think about, because it's a great alternative if affordability is a major concern for you. Now, for my fourth point, I must say that dental hygiene is simply less complicated. It's definitely more laid back, and it's definitely more predictable. You see, when I just started out as a dentist, I really tried to grow from really complex cases. But now I find the stress of managing even basic dental procedures and patient expectations like overwhelming. We have microscopic margins causing massive problems, and it adds a whole nother level of stress and anxiety that's simply not found in dental hygiene. As a dental hygienist, you know what you'll do day in, day out. You do them well, and you go home knowing that you've made a significant contribution to someone's health. Like, people want to see you as a hygienist. Nobody ever wants to see me as the dentist. Even I get excited to see my hygienist, but still, I'm afraid to admit it, I'm a little phobic of the dentist. I don't like being in the dental chair, getting anything done. It's just unpleasant, and I understand it from the patient perspective. Now, I have heard many people in the community say that hygiene is just simply not as interesting and not as fun as dentistry, since you're just doing one task over and over again. So are specialists like orthodontists, who just put braces on people day in and day out. Or just like endodontists, who just do root canals all day. So I think monotony and routine is just a part of life. There's a lot of days where I really wish I knew exactly what I was gonna do that day. Those same days that happened exactly as I planned it in the morning, where the patient's always leaving extremely happy. But to be honest, that rarely happens for a full day of clinical dentistry, because things always go wrong. And without dental hygiene, dentistry simply couldn't function. You guys are literally the backbone of every general dentist office. Every extraction started with bad hygiene. If people were able to get cleaner teeth more often, society would have better oral health care. Every patient that a hygienist interacts with is getting their life impacted in a positive way. It's all perspective, so I would definitely recommend hygiene, because it's a really amazing career that can offer you a lot of opportunities. Simply put, dental hygiene has gotten better over the years, and it's definitely gotten more lucrative. You're able to get a lot of the perks of dentistry without a lot of the negatives. The offices you're working in have those good hours where you're able to go home on time, because you're not stuck in a complicated procedure that ends up running late. The same procedures that drive everybody in the office crazy. Also, there's just less urgency in dental hygiene compared to dentistry, with fewer patients experiencing severe pain. And hygienists can even take time off when they want to. Now, I know there are downsides to this profession, as well as like the physical toll it can have on your body, but we'll cover that in a later video. Are there more downsides than upside? Let me know in the comments below. So I made this video today to raise awareness about the incredible opportunities in dental hygiene, and I want to encourage more people to consider this rewarding career path. If you're already in dental hygiene, I'm eager to hear your real life perspective. Would you recommend someone considering dentistry to pursue dental hygiene instead? I welcome all your thoughts, whether you agree or disagree with my points. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up to help others discover similar content. And if you enjoy dental related content like this, feel free to explore the numerous videos on my channel. As always guys, thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope to connect with you all in the next video. Dr. Rana signing off. See ya!